Hi friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Civil with Sudhir. So in today's video we are going to discuss about the strength of material previous year questions asked on, that is on the chapter deflection of the beam. So in the previous class we have already discussed all the different chapters with the different questions and we have cleared all the problems also. If you are first visitor, please click on the I button. You will get all the what playlist of the strength of material. Okay, please like this video and subscribe our channel Civil with Sudhir and share this video or class to all of your friends who need this one. Okay, so these are all our Telegram channel, right? This is our Telegram channel Civil with Sudhir. I am very active on the Telegram channel. So many members already joined. I am sharing all the details, what are the different regarding the civil, and this is our Facebook page KPSC Civil JE Study Point, right? So this is our Facebook page, you can join here also, and this is our YouTube channel Civil with Sudhir, right? So these are our three social media platforms, you can join anywhere. So I am active on all three. If you have any type of doubt, either it may be notification regarding or KPSC regarding or any how to prepare for the exams, that all we will discuss in the our channel. Okay, so let's begin with the today's first question, that is on the deflection of the beam. First question, in the conjugate beam method, in the conjugate beam method, a simple outer support in the real beam is transferred as. What is the question they are asking? In conjugate beam method, a simple outer support, right? In real beam, how they transferred? Let me clear you. So this is the real beam. For example, this is a pin support. First, second, third, right? First, second, and third one. If it is a pin jointed or pin support, theta, that is the slope, is 0 and the deflection also 0. But when we convert this real beam into conjugate beam, right, so that is, we can say moment is equal to 0 and this shear stress is not equal to 0. Okay, are you getting the point? Now same for the roller joint also. This one 0 0 means deflection as well as slope 0. Here both are, this one is not 0 but moment is 0 for the roller support. For a fixed one, theta at this point, at B point, is 0 not 0 and delta is not 0, but here it is 0 at the support. That is a real condition. But conjugate beam, in the support also, in support it is 0 but in free end it is 0, in support it is not 0. So this is a major difference between when we want to solve the problem using the conjugate beam method, right? So we have to convert like this. So this is a real beam, fourth one, this is fifth one, sixth one and seventh one. So the different condition I am taken to understand your to clear your concept. So internal pin, if it is internal pin, theta of the real beam, that is the slope, is not equal to 0 but deflection is 0. But in conjugate beam, right, so both this one is not 0, we can say the shear force and m is the moment. Shear force is not equal to 0 and moment is what, that is equal to 0 in the hinge portion. Internal roller, right, slope is not 0 but this one deflection is 0. Here you can see the conditions, internal hinge, right, internal roller. So you can see the difference of the real beam and the conjugate beam. Okay, so the answer for this question is what, which one is the answer for this question? That is a simple support, a simple support. Next question. Next question. A beam simply supported at both the ends of length L carries two equal unlike couples M at two ends. Unlike at two ends, if the flexural rigidity EI is constant, then the central deflection of the beam is given by. Okay, so what actually they are given, that is the simply supported beam, right? Let me draw the simply supported beam. A beam simply supported at both the ends of the length L, right? So total length is L, this is L, and at the center it is L by 2 and L by 2. This is the center. Let me erase this one. Okay, this is L by 2 and L by 2. So this is a point, we can say this is C point, this is A point, and this is B point. Okay, and this portion will deflect, this beam will deflect like this, right? This beam will deflect like this, and these are the movement, you can say movement, and here also there is a movement due to the supports, right? So now the this deflection we identify like this. So deflection is equal to, we can say at C, what is the value? M into L square by 8 EI. Okay, ml square by 8 EI, right? So let me discuss the all other different some standard values or the slope deflection diagrams. I will draw very fast so that we can understand very easily and very fast. For example, this is a cantilever beam with a point load, right? So how it will deflect? It will deflect like this, right? So this one we can say, this one, this is, we can say this is a slope horizontal with this deflection line, we can say this is the what, the slope, and this is the what, delta or deflection. So delta is equal to, what is the value? PL cube by WL, sorry, PL cube by 3 EI, PL cube by 3 EI, and slope is equal to PL square divided by 2 EI. This is a first condition you have to remember. Now the second one, right? This is the first one. Second one, if they given the deflection, sorry, cantilever beam or a propped cantilever, we can say that is a movement. If they given movement at this point, movement, how it will become? It will become like this, right? The deflection will go upwards. And slope, how will calculate? This is a slope value, and this one is delta. So what is the delta value? Delta is equal to our deflection ml square divided by what, 2 EI, ml square by 2 EI, and slope is equal to ml by EI. See, you have to remember all these conditions with the delta value and slope value, because they may ask any question. We got answer here only, but for the future questions I am telling you all the different conditions so that you can remember very easily. Okay, so that is a very important part of these classes, because by seeing only question, if you move to the next question, if they given this question or this question, what will do? Okay, you will leave it, definitely you will leave. This is a cantilever beam with UDL. If they given UDL, how it will deflect? Again it will deflect like this. Okay, again this is a slope, and this one is what, we can say this one is the deflection. So the deflection value is WL raised to 4 divided by 8 EI. We have to remember this value, and theta, that is a slope, WL cube by which how much, 6 EI. Okay, and next, if they given the point load, simply supported with the point load, this one is over. Next one, this is a third one, fourth one, simply supported with the point load. How it will deflect? It will deflect like this. This is a simply supported with the point load. Point load is P. How we have to write? That is the delta is equal to PL cube by 48 EI. PL cube by 48 EI, and the slope is PL square by 16 EI. These are the values you have to remember. Okay, so this is a simply supported beam with point load, right? Next one, if they are given simply supported, right, with the UDL, if they given UDL for the given length, this is L, I think you know this one. Now what is the value of deflection? What is the deflection? Actual deflection look like this is the like this one only. So this is the deflection and this one is the deflection. Okay, so this is the deflection. Now delta is equal to what? 5WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI, 384 EI, and theta is equal to WL cube by 24 EI. This is a slope you have to remember, right? All these formulas are very important. We have some other special case also, but that is not that much of importance. If you want, I will make the separate class on the special classes. Okay, special, we have special cases also. If the UVL is given, if the another different force or a movement are given, if one end is fixed, other end is free, so what is the value? So that we will discuss in the next video. Question number 3. So the answer for this question, right, these 6 are very important, always remember this. So what is the answer for this question now is, that is a ml square by 8 EI, ml square by 8 EI. Next one, question number 3. EI is equal to, right, EI is equal to d cube y by dx cube for a beam represents what? So what actually this represent, they are asking. This is what? EI d cube y or dx cube, we can say differentiate, we can say that one also. So what actually this means, that is, for example, if this is a theta, right, differentiate theta with the x, what we can say, that is a derivative ds square y dx square, right? So that is a m by EI. Okay, so what is the actual theta value? That is dy by dx, right? Now EI d square y by dx square is equal to what? That is a m. M is nothing but what? Moment. So now we have to differentiate differentiating with respect to x. Differentiating with respect to x, how can we get? This is EI d cube y divided by what? Dx cube equals to what? Dm by dx, right? So this is what we can write, EI is equal to, this is EI is equal to d cube y by dx cube equals to V. What is V? V is shear force. V is shear force, right? V is a shear force. Now if we again differentiate, this is, we can say, this is a first step and we can say this is second. Again differentiate with above equation. What is that equation? With respect to what? With respect to x value. How can we write? EI, right, d raised to 4 by y. If we differentiate one more time, right, that will become like this, and dv by what? Dx, right? So EI d raised to 4 by y divided by dx4 is equal to W. This is a major important one. And okay, so W is what? W is loading intensity. I am writing very clearly so that if I make a PDF of this class, so it may be helpful for all of you for understanding the question with the explanation. Okay, so now what is the answer for this one? It is an shear. We can see what is the shear value here at this one. You can see this is shear and this is loading condition. Next question. We will go very slowly, don't worry. In 20-25 questions only we will understand the whole chapter. if they given any type of question on the deflection of the beam regarding the strength of material, we will solve that one. Deflection of the beam may be reduced by, how we can reduce the deflection of the beam? Can everyone say? Increasing the depth of the section. If you increase the depth of section, what will happen? Right, so the increasing the degree of end resistance, increasing the width of the section, or any one of the above. How can we increase? Deflection of the beam can be reduced. For example, at AB, we can say movement of area, right? So movement of area of what? M by EI, right? That is a diagram, M by EI diagram. Okay, so that we written as the deflection is proportional to or inversely proportional to 1 by L. So we can say deflection can be reduced by increasing the moment of inertia. Deflection can be increased by moment of inertia, MOI, moment of inertia of beam. That is what we can say. Increasing the depth. We have to increase the depth. Increasing the depth of the beam. Increasing the depth, or we can say width. Increasing the depth or width of this section. Width of section. Second one. For example, if you taken, if by increasing the degree of end resistance, what will happen? The deflection of the beam will also be reduced, right? Second option. By doing this one also we can reduce the what? Deflection of the beam. And the third one, this is the first point, this is the second point from the question, right? That is a correct. Second option is correct and first option also correct. Third one, what they are telling, increasing the width of this section. For example, if you take on fixed beam, okay, where should I draw? I will draw here. This is fixed beam, right? So in fixed beam, end beam with point load deflection is reduced by what? 1/4 times of the simply supported with the point load, right? That is a simply supported with the point load, we can say, right? Are you getting the point? 1/4 of the supported with the point load. So all options are correct. So we can increase the width of this section also. Okay, next question. Question number 5. Slope at the supports of a simply supported beam of effective span L with a central point load W is given by. In the just first question only, I have already discussed with you already. Okay, I have already discussed with you what they are telling, right? I will draw here one more time. This is the simply supported slab with the W weight, and this is the deflection of the beam. Okay, so this is the deflection. We can say this is a theta A or theta B, that is the slope A and slope B, A point, B point and C point. Okay, now what they are asking, this is the elastic curve, we can say this is elastic curve. So theta A and theta B equals to what? WL square by 16 EI. WL square by 16 EI is the answer for this given question. Okay, WL square by 16 EI. Question number 6. Point out the correct matching, right? Point out the correct matching, that is cantilever beam under point load at tip W. So in my first question, I think I have already explained you with all the sketches. If you didn't watch and if you skip the first question, please go through that first question. I have already explained with the sketches how I have taken the values also, right? So the cantilever beam under point load at tip, right, that is a theta is equal to what? WL square by 2 EI and delta is equal to WLQ by 3 EI. WLQ by 3 EI. WLQ by 3 EI. So this one is a not correct answer. Okay. Second one, cantilever beam under UDL. If the cantilever beam under UDL, so what is the value? Let me draw so that you can understand very fast, right? So this is the, oh sorry, this one. I think I already written, so it is need not to be right one more time. It will be time consuming if I write. So the cantilever beam under UDL means what? So it is theta value. This one theta value is WL by 6 EI. Okay, and delta value WL raised to 4 divided by 6 EI. This is about the second one. What about first one? Theta is what? WL square by 2 EI, right? And delta value is WL cube by 6 EI. This is the first condition. This is the second. First, second. Next is third one. What is the third? Simply supported beam under central point load. So in that condition, theta value should be WL square by 16 EI. This is a slope, and deflection value is what? Deflection is WL cube by 48 EI. So this is the third option's answer. Fourth answer is what? So simply supported beam under UDL, WL cube divided by 24 EI. This is slope, and deflection is 5 WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. So these all formulas you have to remember. I have written separately. Please you can go through that one, so you will understand everything about this question. So the answer for this question is, correct option is this one. Okay, so the correct option is this one, second one. Okay, this is, I think this is 8 EI. Okay, this is 8 EI. I have written 6. Next question. For a cantilever beam of length L carrying a triangular load of intensity W at the support and 0 at the free end, the slope of the free end is given by. What is the slope of that one? We can given, right? Slope is equal to, I can write slope is equal to at where? Force end. Slope is equal to at force end is what? That we can written as WL cube by 24 EI, right? But deflection at free end, what is the deflection at free end? That is W into L raised to 4 divided by what? 30 EI. This one you have to remember. So the answer for this question is what? That is A is the answer for this question. Next question. A concentrated load W acts at the center of the simply supported beam of length L. Concentrated load means simply supported beam with concentrated load, and if it is changed to uniform means they are giving, one is point load, another one is UDL. They have given two different conditions now. Load over the entire span, then the ratio. Now they are asking the ratio between the point load and the UDL of maximum deflection under concentrated load and the under uniformly distributed load. Simple question, but you have to understand. They have given one beam, that is a point load, right? And they have another beam, with the same beam they have changed the UDL loading condition. They have given UDL. So now you have to make the ratio of the both. Okay, let me draw the diagram so that you can understand very easily. So this is the simply supported one, we can say. Sorry. So this is the W, and this is the elastic curve, we can say, right? And this value we can say this is a deflection. Okay, now what is the value of this one? Delta 1, we can say WL cube divided by what? 48 EI. This one you already know. right? So this is the first case. So what is the second case? This is the first case, simply supported, simply supported. Second one, simply supported with UDL. This is simply supported point load, simply supported point load. So what is the diagram, how it appears? This is a diagram. You can say this is a support and this is a UDL, right? UDL we can write, this one is what, W or W not, anything you can say this is W, and this is a elastic curve, and this is a deflection. Now deflection at this point is what, WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. Okay, that is WL raised to 4 divided by 3 EI. So we have to convert this W, we can say this is W naught. W by L means we have to convert UDL to point load. How you can convert UDL to point load? We have to divide the UDL given, that is a W by 2. Then this formula will changes to WL raised to, right, this is W naught, consider WL cube by 384 EI, right? This is the first condition. Now after this both the values you got, now we have to, what to do we know? We have to divide both delta 1 and delta 2. How you got that one? 1 by 48, right, into 384 by 5, that is 8 by 5 is the answer for this question. Simply supported, this one is with the point load, simply supported with the UDL of deflection, you have to make the ratio. So the answer for this question is 8 by 5. Next question, question number 9. Deflection of the free end of a cantilever beam having a concentrated load W at the midspan is given by. W at the midspan, how we can given? Actually we have done with the, this is the cantilever beam with the point load at the this free end we know, right? But they are asking at the center point, this is W. So this is L by 2 and this is L by 2. We can say this is a point, this is B point, and this is a C point. Let's start the we can say the using the concept. So how it will appear? It will like this. Okay, this is a point load W. How it will come like this, right? So we have to draw the line like this. So this is what, this is the theta C, means the slope, and this one also theta C, and this portion and this portion, this is delta 1, this is delta 2, right? So we have now two different deltas. So let me write the delta 1, right? So delta 1, how can we write? What is the actual formula of this one? We have already know that one at the, wait, I will show you what is the value of, yes, right, deflection of the where cantilever beam having concentrated load under point load at tip, this one you know, right? So we have done this one question already. This is the deflection values, WLQ by 6 EI. Now here they are asking at the midpoint, at the midpoint they have given. So the formula will be changes using that formula, W into L by 2, okay, L by 2 by cube divided by 3 EI, okay. So that is the WL cube divided by 24 EI, okay. Now this is a delta 1. Now slope, how you will calculate the slope? That is a theta C, that is the W into L by 2 whole square divided by 2 EI is equal to WL square divided by 8 EI, right? Now again delta 2, you can see we have calculated this first one, again we have calculated this one, now we are calculating the delta 2. First delta 1, delta C, delta 2. Now delta 2, or we can say the deflection at this point. So theta C, that is L by 2, theta C and L by 2, this portion we can say, right? The point load, I think it will come here. So this portion is L by 2, this portion is L by 2. I have written already here, you can see. So delta C is equal to L by 2, that we can write WL cube divided by 16 EI. WL cube by 16 EI. Now, so how can we write? So thus the at B means at the total portion F, we have to calculate here at the B point. Total, how we can make? Delta 1 plus delta 2, right? That is the WL cube divided by EI, right? 1 by 24 plus 1 by 16, 1 by 16. So the answer is 5 into WL raised to 4, sorry, cube, WL cube by 48 EI. 5 WL cube divided by 48 EI is the answer for this question. Okay, so the answer for this question is the C. Simple one, but you have to remember this concept. If any other option given, you have to use the same procedure. You have to make the same procedure to calculate the deflection if they given the ratio. Next question. Question number 10. The maximum deflection of a simply supported beam of effective span L and subjected to a central load W is given by, right? If they given W, what is the value of that one? The deflection is WL cube divided by 48 EI, because this is a beam, okay, and at the center it is point load, or this is a elastic curve we can say, and this is a deflection, right? Support moments are W by 2 and W by 2. Okay, so this is A point, B point, you know all these things. This is C point. So this is the value, the given value we required for the question, right? 48 EI, WL cube by 48 EI is the answer for this question. Next question, question number 11. What is the slope at the end of simply supported beam of span 2 meter, load 5 kg per unit length over the entire span? Okay, let me draw the diagram so that we can understand this question very easily. Always remember, if they given deflection or any type of question, try to solve with the sketches so that you can understand very easily. So that's why I will take every problem with the sketches to understand you clearly, as well as, right, you have to do the same in the same manner in the exams also. That's why I am taking all the sketches with my hand so that you can understand very easily. So this is the elastic curve, and this is the total distance is 2 meter they have given, right? We can say this is a slope here, right? So these are the supports A and B. We can say what they are asking, what is the slope at the end of this simply supported beam of span 2 meter. Okay, so the end slope I will write here, end slope equal to what? Theta A minus theta B, that is a slope at point here and slope at there, at B point. How we can write this one? That is the WL cube 24 EI, WL cube by 24 EI is equal to 5 into 8 into, right, because 5 they have given, that is a W, 5 into 8 into 24 EI. So the answer is 5 divided by what? 3 EI. 5 divided by 3 EI. If they converted into the points, you have to convert the 5 by 3 also. So the answer for this given question is what? 5 by 3 EI. Next question. A cantilever beam is shown in the figure. You can see the cantilever beam. The magnitude and direction of the moment to be applied at free end for 0 vertical deflection. So the magnitude of what? They are asking the direction of the moment to be applied at free end for a 0 vertical deflection. Let me first understand what actually they are telling. Okay. Now actually what they have given, this is the beam they have given like this. Okay, and this is a 9 kilonewton load, and this is a moment they are given. So this is a 2 meter. So the deflection due to 9 kilo load, this one, deflection due to 9 kilonewton load. How we can write that one? That is the delta is equal to P into L cube divided by what? 3 EI. So how we can write now? 9 into what? L they have given 8. L into 8, that is the 2 into cube, that is 8. So 3 EI equal to how much we got? 24 by EI. 24 divided by EI. Now this is the downwards, we can say this is the downwards. Now deflection due to the movement, this movement, this is the first point or the first step. And now deflection due to the movement, deflection due to movement m, moment m, that is at delta m equal to ml square by 2 EI, ml square by 2 EI. What is a m? M is the same, we have to write there only. This is a 4 divided by 2 EI, 2m by EI. This is the upward, we can say. For 0 deflection, now for 0 deflection, what is the actual question they are asking, right? To make the 0 deflection, right? So 0 deflection where? At free end, at free end. How we can take the value now? That is the delta equal to delta m, downward, this is downward and this is upward. Okay, so now the delta is the 24 EI, this one, and this is the 2m by EI, So the m is equal to what? You have to calculate the m, that is a 12 kilonewton is the answer for this question. That is a clockwise, because we got the value in positive. So 12 kilonewton we have to apply. So 12 kilonewton clockwise. Okay, 12 kilonewton at the where? Applied at the free end here. 12 kilonewton you have to apply. Next question, question number 13. A simply supported beam of span L and flexural rigidity EI carries a unit point load. Simply supported beam, first you have to remember this one, span L, flexural rigidity EI, unit point load at its center. The strain energy in the beam due to the bending they are asking. Strain energy they are asking now, right? Strain energy in the bending, how we can write? Okay, that is we can say that one, remember this is the L cube by 96 EI. Okay, this is the L cube by 96 EI. I think I have not leave the space to do this one. Just understand. So what is the strain energy formula? Strain energy is equal to what? That is the U equals to the integration of what? Mx, right? M is equal to dx by what? That is a 2ei, right? When we do this one, okay, we will get the point load for this one. Okay, you have to remember this one. Next question. Question number 14. A maximum deflection due to load W at free end of cantilever of length L and having flexural rigidity EI is given by. Let me write what they are actually asking. This is the deflection of cantilever beam at W. Okay, so this is a B point, this is A point, and this is the elastic curve, and this one is the slope at B, and this is the what? Delta B. So what is the answer? So delta B is equal to what? WL cube by how much? 3EI. WL cube by 3EI. Slope at free end due to the load on cantilever beam. How we can write delta B or slope B, WL square by 2EI. So these are the two formulas you have to remember. Next question. Question number 15. A pile of length L carrying a uniformly distributed load W meter per length is suspended at the center and from other 2 points 0.15 L. By seeing this question, you can say this is a simply supported beam with the two overhangs on both the sides. You can see suspended at the center end from other 2 points. This is the 0.15 L. 0.15 L. From either end, maximum hogging moment they are asking. Okay, let me discuss the yes. Okay, I will write here. So this is the first, you have to understand this one. 3 different what? The spans. So with the UDL. So this question will go very long because they have given the different equations also. They have given the condition is different. 0.15. This is 0.35, 0.35 L and 0.15 L. Okay. Now they are asking what? Hogging moment. Let me draw the diagram so that you can understand. So this is the what? UDL, and this is the condition. Okay, I think this is not the support. Okay, this is not actually the support. This is at the midpoint. Okay, 1 minute. There is some confusion in the question also. Let me check what is the question. Uniformly distributed load meter length is suspended at the center end from other 2 points. Center end and other 2 points 0.15 mm from the either end, the maximum hogging moment. Okay, then there will be there here also. Okay, this is 0.35. If you taken A, B, C, what is this is A, B, C. It will like this. A, this is B point and this is C point. What is this one? Can anyone say? This is what we can say. This is the elastic curve. It will continue like this. So this one is, we can say, delta 1. Consider this is delta 1 and this is RA, this is RC. We can say this is RB. Now hogging, this is first diagram. If you go one more time, okay, I will draw the line here so that you can understand easily. This one, if you taken again the what? RA and RC, and at the center RB. Hogging means it will come like this. right? So this is a sagging and hogging moment. Sagging and hogging moment you have to remember. This is second sketch now. Now delta 1 is equal to what? Deflection of point B. Deflection at point B. Deflection at point B in figure 1. Delta 2 is what? Deflection at of point B in figure 2. This is figure 1, this is figure 2. Okay, now calculation of first one. Calculation of delta 1. Using which method we are using? Using Macculus. Using Macculus method. How we can find out using Macculus method? Let me start here. So d square y by dx square is equal to m by ei. So this is the starting equation. Now you have done. Okay, I will draw the diagram one more time so that you can understand one more. These two supports, and this is a UDL, this is a 0.7L, this is 0.15, this is 0.15L, this is A at the center B at the center C on our point C. So the reaction will be how much? WL by 2, here also WL by 2. This is the two reactions. Now M equals to Wx square by 2 minus WL, right? WL by 2 should be less than what? X minus 0.15L, or it should be more than, minus of WL by 2 less than X minus of 0.85L, right? So EI equals to d square y by ds square, that is the Wx square by 2, right, minus WL by 2 less than X minus 0.15X, okay, more than minus WL by 2 less than X minus 0.85L is more than what? L square. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. X minus 0.85L. Now we have to integrate this one. Integrate both side. When we integrate, what actual value we get? I will write here EI, right? EI dy by dx equals to Wx cube by 6 minus WL by 4 less than X minus 0.15L more than, sorry, WL square more than minus WL by 4. I will write here WL by 4. This one we have to cut. WL by 4 less than X minus 0.85L more than 2. Again, if we integrate, E into I equals to Y, right? Wx4 divided by 24, right? That is a minus WL by 12, right? Less than X minus 0.15L cube minus WL by 12, right? So that WL by 12 is less than what? X 0.51L square plus C1 X into C2, right? This is the equation B. Now using boundary condition, I think it will goes again very long, but using boundary condition at x is equal to 0.15 L, y is equal to 0, at 0 is equal to W 0.151 L raised to 4 divided by 24 minus WL by 12, right, minus WL by 12 0 cube minus WL by 12 less than 0.71 more than cube plus 0.15 L C1 plus C2. So 0.151 C1 plus C2 equals to minus 2.11 into 10 raised to power minus 5. That is a WL raised to 4. The equation we give 1. Okay. So at x is equal to 0.5 L dy by dx equals to 0. Right. So the 0 is equal to W into 0.5 L cube divided by 6. So this is a WL by 4, 0.35 L by square 0 plus C1 equals C1 is equal to 9.792 into 10 raised to power minus 3 WL cube. Now the C1 value is 9.792 into 10 raised to power minus 3 WL cube. Okay. So put the equation in 1. So we will put in 1. What is the value we got? C2 is equal to 1.49 into 10 raised to power minus 3 WL raised to 4. Now delta 1 is equal to y at x. Y at x is equal to 0.5 L. Now 1 by EI W 0.5 L raised to 4 divided by 24 minus WL by 12, okay, minus WL by 12, 0.35 L cube minus of WL by 12 less than minus of 0.35 L cube dash, right, plus 9.792 into 10 raised to power minus 3 WL cube 0.5 L minus 1.49 into 10 raised to power minus 3 WL raised to 4, right. So the next what we write, the delta 1 is 2.43725 into 10 raised to power minus 3, that is a WL raised to 4 divided by EI. So in the same way you have to calculate for the delta 2, right. So that delta 2, after this formula you have to calculate, you have to take like this and you have to make Hawking bend moment, and using compatibility equation you have to calculate that one, right. After calculating that one, what actually delta 2 we will get? What is the delta 2 value? Compatibility equation if you got, that means the what? How much we got at the support RA and RC? So delta 2 is equal to what? RB minus 0.7 L cube divided by 48 EI. So now using delta 1 and delta 2, using compatibility equation, delta 1 minus delta 2 equal to 0. Okay, now you have to calculate the RA and RC. RA equals to RC equals to 0.3295 W into L. Okay, So delta 1. Now calculate the moment at A and B. This is A, this is B, and this is C point. Moment at A, how will calculate? MA is equal to W.15 L whole square divided by 2 is equal to WL square by 88.89. This is the A. Then MB is equal to W into 0.5 L square divided by 2 minus of 0.3295 WL into 0.35 L is equal to WL square by 103.36. So the maximum hogging moment this question takes lot of time, right? It takes lot of time. I think 15 minutes it have taken at A. So the nearest option is, after doing all this circus, we got the answer at the end, right? So the answer for this question is what? So the answer for this question is what? That is a WL square by 90. Okay, right. I think it has taken a lot of time. Next question. A rolled steel joist is simply supported at its end and carries a uniformly distributed load which causes a maximum deflection of 10 mm. Maximum deflection of 10 mm and slope at the end of 0.002 radian. The length of the joint will be. They are asking the length of the joint. How we can write? So this is the deflection. Right, this is a beam. UDL they have given, and this is the elastic curve, and this is the delta C. This is A point, this is C point, this is B point. This is the total L, you know, right? So the deflection is given by what? Deflection is given by delta C equals to what? 5 WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. Okay, so the slope is given by theta is equal to WL cube by 24 EI. Now at delta C, deflection at C is 10 mm. That is the 5 WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI. 384 EI. Now theta, this is 1. Theta equals to 0.002 WL square by WL cube by how much? 24 EI. 24 EI. So WL cube by EI, WL cube by EI is equal to 0.002 into 24, that is 0.048. 0.048. So this is the equation 2. Now replace equation 2 in 1, right? So that is 5 by 384 into 0.048, right, into L into 10. So L is equal to how much? 16,000 mm. That is a 16 meter. Okay, so the answer for this question is what? 16 meter. Next question. The ratio of deflection of the free end of a beam. Okay, we have only few questions, that is 4 to 5 questions. We will finish in this class only, don't worry. So the ratio of deflection of the free end of the cantilever due to isolated load at 1/3 and 2/3 of the span. 1/3 and 2/3 they are telling. 1/3 and 2/3 means, for example, this is a cantilever beam. and this is a point load P, and the deflection curve or elastic curve will looks like this. Okay, so this one and this one is very important, and here this is L by 3 and this is 2L by 3, L by 3 and 2L by 3, and this is theta. Okay, now this is a point P. Deflection at free end, deflection at free end, deflection at free end is what? Delta A is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. What is delta 1 now? P into L by 3 whole cube divided by 3 EI plus P into L by 3 whole square divided by 2 EI into 2L by 3 into 2L by 3. So the delta B is equals 4 PL cube divided by 81 EI. Okay, so now when the point load is P, point load P acting where? At 2/3, acting at 2/3 of the span. 2/3 of the span means this here, right? This one, 2/3 of the span. Then deflection is, deflection is what? So this one you can see means here this load, sorry, this one, I think not this one, right? Not this one, this is 2L by 3, but now this condition is reverse, 2L by 3 and this is L by 3. So this is the delta 1, this is the delta 2. Now delta 1 is equal to what? P into 2L by 3 whole cube equals to P 2 by 3 L whole square divided by 2 EI into L by 3, right? So the deflection at the free end, deflection at free end, deflection at free end is delta B is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2, right? So the P into L by 2, sorry, 2L by 2, sorry, 2L by 3 whole cube divided by 3 EI plus P 2 by 3 into L whole square divided by 2 EI, this is square, into L by 3, okay, into L by 3, L by 3. Now delta B is equal to how much? 14 divided by 81 PL cube divided by EI. PL cube divided by EI is the answer for the, no, that is the delta B. Now the ratio of the deflection, ratio of the deflection of free end due to what? Due to an isolated load at where? At where? 1/3 and 2/3 of the span. 2/3 of the span. Span is given by sorry, delta A by delta B. Now they have asked the equation. So 4 by 81 into 81 by 14, that is equals to 2 by 7, right? 2 by 7 is the answer for this question. 2 by 7 is the answer for this question. See how the question looks, very simple, but explanation goes very lengthy. So you have to remember the concept, then only you can answer the questions. Next question. Question number 18. Question number 18. Deflection of uniform circular bar of a diameter d and length L, which extends by an amount of E under a tensile pull W when it carries the same load at its midspan. How to calculate that one? Okay, let me try, all of you. Right. So what is the question they have given? Deflection of a circular bar. Okay. I think all of you thinking that all the questions is like this only. You guys only told me that sir take the problems questions only. So that's why I only selected the problems question. Those are only difficult. Let me solve this question. Case 1. What they are telling? Bar is when bar is simply supported. Simply supported. When bar is simply supported, subjected to load W at center. Load W at center. Deflection is what? Center. Deflection is. So the deflection will be. So this is the two supports, we can say two supports, and this is the elastic curve, and this is the delta C, and this is a W, right? So the delta C we can say WL cube divided by 48 EI. 48 EI. Okay, so this is a circular section, that is a D. Now moment of inertia of circular section I is equal to pi d raised to 4 divided by 64, right? So the delta C is equal to what? WL cube divided by 48 E into I value is pi d raised to 4 divided by 64. You have to put this value. Now 4 by 3 WL cube by 3 E pi d square, sorry, pi d raised to 4. This is 4. This is the case 1 now. Well, now case 2. I will start from here only because space is very less, I hope. Case 2. Expansion of what? Expansion of the uniform circular bar due to same load. That is a W. For example, this is a circular bar. Okay, this is a circular bar, right? And this is W, and this one also W. So the E value now, E equals to WL by AE. Sorry, WL by AE. So WL divided by pi by 4 d square, pi by 4, sorry, 1 minute, pi by 4 d square into E. Right, now this is the condition of second one. Now deflection of uniform circular bar. Deflection of uniform circular bar. Uniform circular bar of E, right, that is a delta C equals 4 by 3 WL cube by E pi d raised to 4 equals L 1 by 3 L square by d square 4 WL divided by E pi d square, right. So the delta C equals 1 by 3 L square by d square equals to E. So that is a delta C equals EL square divided by 3d square, EL square by 3d square. Okay, so the answer for this question is, that is the EL square by 3d square. Deflection of uniform circular bar, first condition, which extend by an amount E under a tensile pull W when it carries the same load. So in that condition we have to make like this, case 1, case 2. Next, question number 19. The maximum deflection due to uniformly distributed load W per unit length over the entire span of a cantilever of length L, flexural rigidity EI is given by, right. This is a repeated question, you have to remember, right. That is a WL cube by 8 EI, right. WL cube by 8 EI is the answer for this question. Next question, the deflection of beam may be decreased by. Increases we have already completed in the previous questions. If you want to deflection of the beam may be decreases, what we have to do? So we have to do what? We have to do increase the depth of the beam. Okay, sorry, we have done the same question. Increase the depth of the beam, increase the span. No, this is a correct. If we increase the span, again the deflection increases, because for example if you, this is a two supports, right, and this is a elastic curve. If you increases, again it will, deflection also increases like this. This is the first condition, and this is second condition after the span increases. So this will happen. So this will not be correct, it will not be decrease, it will be increase. So decreasing the depth of the beam, right, decreasing the depth of the beam, no, right, decreasing we have to increase, not decrease. So increasing the width of the beam. So the answer for this question is A and D, both should be the answer, right. So the deflection of the beam is inversely proportional to flexural rigidity EI, where EI is the elastic eye moment of the inertia. For rectangular section, moment of inertia is BD by 12, B is the width. So deflection can be decreased by these following: proving stronger material, increasing moment of inertia, increasing depth will increase more moment of inertia compared to width, decrease load on the beam, decrease length of the beam. You have to decrease the length, you have to decrease the load, and you have to increase the depth of the beam. Next question, question number 21. A simply supported beam carries a point load at its midspan. Another identical beam B carries the same load but uniformly distributed over the entire span. The ratio of maximum deflection of the beam A will and B will be, right. How will solve this one? How will solve? Because this type of question already we have solved in the, just in this class only. Deflection if simply supported, if simply supported, beam A carries a point load W. So I can draw here. So this is a simply supported beam, and this is a W, and this is a L by 2. L by 2. Delta A equals to WL cube divided by 48 EI, right? So this is our main condition, first one. Now second one, what? Deflection of simply supported beam carries a uniformly distributed load. Deflection if simply supported with UDL, this is point load. So what is the formula? We can write delta B. Okay, sorry, we will draw the diagram so that you can understand very easily. So this is the UDL, W into L. You have to change that one. So delta B is equal to what? 5WL raised to 4 divided by 384 EI, right? So the 5WL cube divided by 384 EI, right? So now what has to do? We have to make the ratio of maximum deflection of the beam, ratio of maximum deflection of the beam, A and B, that is delta A by delta B. Then the answer will be WL cube divided by 48 EI, right, into 384 EI divided by 5WL cube. That is the answer is 8 by 5. 8 by 5 is the answer for this question. Simple one, you have to remember. 8 by 5 is the answer for this question. Next question. Question number 22. The ratio of maximum deflection of a simply supported beam with central load W and of the cantilever of the same length with the load at W at free end is what? Free end. Deflection of simply supported beam carries a point load, right? What is the question? Maximum deflection of simply supported beam, first one, right? This is a simply supported one. Point load. What is the value? This is L by 2. This is also L by 2. What is the delta A? So this is the elastic curve. You have to remember, right? So delta A is equal to how much? WL cube by 48 EI. WL cube by 48 EI, and theta A is equal to WL cube by 16 EI, right? So the second one, this is the first one. Second one is what? Deflection at the cantilever. This is the cantilever one, right? And this is the W value. This is a W, and this is the length. Now ratio of maximum deflection of beam A and beam B, that is the delta A and delta B. Delta B, you know, I need not to write that one. That is the WL cube divided by 48 EI into 3 EI divided by WL square, that is 1 by 16th. 1 by 16th is the answer for the given question. 1 by 16th. Okay, so simply supported and cantilever, they are mixing the questions. So you have to remember the formula, then you can make the ratio. Otherwise you can't do anything. You have to leave this question, right? So last question of this class, that is the maximum deflection of simply supported beam of span L carrying an isolated load at the center of the span, flexural rigidity being EI is what? Right? What is the flexural rigidity? That is the WL cube by 48 EI, right? So this is about the deflection of the beam. We have completed the deflection, full questions I have covered. Deflections, what are the different questions that are asked in SSC, JE and KPSC previous year questions also we will start soon, so that you can benefit from that also. Okay, thanks for watching all our video up to here. Who all our students watch, I would say from my bottom of heart, thank you for watching this video. Please make sure that you can click on the subscribe button, and you have to subscribe our channel Civil with Sudhir. Make sure you have already joined our Telegram channel Civil with Sudhir, so that we can make wonderful videos for all of you. Thanks for watching this video. We'll make more videos like for all of you. Have a nice day.